Okay, what's going on, boys? We've actually got a lot of squad builders for you today. We've got finesse shot abusing ones. We've got different formations, 5 backs. And we're going to go for the higher budget, so 250k up to like about 3-4 million. Because we've done cheaper teams already. I thought I'll go for more expensive teams. But let me know what budgets you want to see down below. One that I've gone with is a 300k. Now, there's a couple of metas we all know. You probably see my video today where I talked about how important the technical playstyle plus, especially the left foot dribbling. So you've got a very, very good team for those that like to dribble. It's chosen deliberately. So, for example, we put Guardiola because he's got the pinged pass and the long pass. So you can set those players up. We've got James on the right-hand side. Don't forget the fake shot, the 45-degree angle fake shot. And don't forget, she has rapid and quick step. One of the most underrated cards. If you've used her, you know how good she is as well. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, especially that toe step over skill move. Sam Kerr, probably the best striker, as I mentioned, under 100k. Finesse shot beast, 4-star, top tier agility and balance. Needs a hunter though, and the way we get on chemistry is we put Bjorn in, and to be honest, she's actually a good card. I was surprised. Look, don't get me wrong, the skill moves and weak foot is not good, but then you look at the sprint speed, look at the defensive awareness, you look at the 92 short passing with a shadow. She's actually a very, very good card. Now she's only 23k, keeps the cost down. Bernardo Silva, look again, this is a card maybe a week ago would have been like, okay, you know what, 50-50. But just because of the technical sprint and how effective it is, this card's more OP than you think. You don't believe me? Go buy someone cheap with the technical sprint like Sancho, use it, and you won't ask any questions after. We got Augusto for chemistry on Kerr, Tonali one of the best in the mid, and Akanji centre back. That puts it about 300k. You could also change the setup as well. And it's one of these few cards that can play as a right back as well. So if you want to play a back 5, for example, in theory, you can bring her in. If you get someone like Kunde, eventually long-term right back, go to centre back, and you can put her in a right back. So you want to go to that 5-2-3, you can do that. Let's go to the second team now. This is a team that I wanted for 1,000,000 coins. I wanted to go with the passing meta here, the crossing meta, and of course with the finesse shots. I wanted to get a bit of everything. So I wanted to get the 5-star skill moves in. I thought that was very, very important. So we're going with Dembele, 5-star, 5-star. Very underrated, thankfully, because his league is pretty much garbage. He's much cheaper now, but he needs a finisher, in my opinion. Definitely needs a finisher, but one of the most underrated cards. A lot of the pro players are using him even on 2 chemistry. We're going with Diani, probably the best striker, about 50k. I don't think there's really anyone that really comes near to a 90 finishing. Look, you can put a hunter on her. She actually gets full chemistry in the system as well. But you can put a hunter on her. She's actually a very, very good card. 99 sprint speed, 98 finishing, 4-star, 4-star. What a card. 87 short passing, by the way. What an underrated card. You know, a lot of these cards very underrated. Griezmann, listen, the only reason he's 100k is because this guy is a finesse shot beast. If you can't afford Son and you don't want Sam Kerr in your team, Griezmann is the card to go for. I got like a combined all 4 attackers with the finesse shot very, very soon. But that is actually a very, very good team. Padgett, don't sleep on a 3-star, 3-star, 5'6", but don't get me wrong, with a hunter, for a wing player, you want to abuse the speed boost. Don't forget she's got rapid as well. Trust me, these cards, they've all been trialed and tested from us. I'm not just giving you anyone. Patley, all the pros are using her. And Bon Mati, she does have that technical play style. I'll be honest, it's coming to the point now where like I've literally gone with Foden and Bon Mati as a staple. Kunde and Araujo, you could go with Eder Militao if you want to. But I've gone with a solid back line to Stegen for coming out, using his feet. And Lorenta in right back, one of the best right backs inside the game. And Batcher has the attacking wing back plus. So if you want someone that goes forward, especially using that 5 back, no guys, top tip, you might have seen Batcher on my content creator account team. She is very, very good. Now let's move over to the finesse shot abuse. Look at this, for 1.4 million now. We put Bjorn in again just to get Sam Kerr. Now, to be honest, you don't need to put, if you watch this like, you know what are you doing? Why are you putting this card in? Don't worry, you don't need to use her. You can get, for example, right back Lorente, and you could go Griezmann in striker. You could go Oblak in goal. You'll get the Atletico Madrid and the La Liga links. And you could go with the De Paul if you want in centre mid, or like a Valverde, wherever you want to do. Bellingham if you got the coins, or just a cheap De Paul. But we've got everyone with the finesse shot playstyle plus. Now, I would have put Zola in, but Zola probably put the price a bit too high. But Solskjaer is actually a cheap alternative. Now, listen, he doesn't have the best of long shots and shot power, but you could, in theory, just put a hunter on him. You could maybe even go towards, now I'm not saying you should, but you could go towards a hawk if you want to put him in striker, because don't forget his curves 84 is actually not too bad. There's only a few players that have that finesse shot playstyle. Everyone is quite expensive, you're asking me, to be honest with you. There's not, you got Lautaro Martinez, but the rest of the links are going to be garbage, and Lautaro Martinez hasn't got the best of curves or long shots either. That's why I left him out. And of course the Di Natales, the Zolas are too expensive. But what a cheap card. What a very, very cheap card indeed. Probably one of the better ones. Heung-min Son maybe has the argument of going in strike over Solskjaer, but if you wanted the 4 strikers, you could go Perez in left mid as well. But this is the finesse shot beast. We've got Saliba and Van de Ven at centre-back. Probably 2 of the best out of the top 5 goal centre-backs inside the game. The only weak side is Gusto. To be honest, you don't even need him. You can take him out. I just left him there. So let's say, for example, you really don't want to play Bjorn here. You can replace her and you keep Gusto, because you can see Gusto over here on the left-hand side, just about over here. As you can see, he gives the Chelsea link as well. So that's something you can do. And of course, we've got Salah, another finesse shot beast on the right-hand side. It takes about 1.4 million. But one of my accounts, just for Bants, I was just finesse shotting. And I honestly, I was giving the games away because it was my joke account. And like, I tried to get the low, like obviously, I try not to take the mic, especially when I'm testing things out. But every single game, I was just finessing from every single angle with Al Jabir, Solskjaer, and Son, and Sam Kerr, and no one could stop me. But yeah, that's a Neil Guide's top tip as well. So that would be the team for about 1.4 million for anyone that's going to be abusing those mechanics. Now we're going to go to a bit more of a pricier team. Now we're going to go to about 3 million. Now this one I've chosen specifically because people like Neil, I need someone that can play CDM in centre back. What if I want to change to a back 5? Unfortunately, there's hardly anyone in time. I'll be honest, this is one thing I hate about this ridiculous role system inside the game. To get someone that can play like a CDM and centre back, you know, you got the Mateuses, which are very, very expensive. Apart from that, you really don't have anyone. There's not really that much you can use. There's a few other garbage players that you can't use, but if you're looking for one player, Rijkaard, Desai can also play the role as well. We're going Rodrigo up front, very underrated. His price is quite right. 86 finishing, 4-star, 4-star. I have him on my content creator account. You may have seen him. A very, very good player. Heung-min, some of the best strikers in the game. I had to put Neymar in because Neymar, even on 1 chemistry, even with a Hunter on 1 chem, I'm going to find some way to fit him in. Maybe you can argue you can just sub him on as well if you don't want to ruin chemistry. But he is fantastic. If you really care about chemistry, like to me, no, I need to play this guy on chem, you could go to Cancelo. However, he's probably a bit too slow. Or you can go with someone like Al Jabir, because don't forget he does have the finesse shot playstyle as well. Lacks the long shots, but you can probably get the job done. Unless you want to go for another icon, there isn't really that much for a link. Then we go with Van de Ven, Van Dijk, and Koundé, because we put Alexia Putellas in, one of the best centre mids inside the game. Of course, first touch, struggling with that left stick touch. And at first touch should be the resolution for you. And Hansen, in my opinion, should probably be 3 million, maybe even 2 to 3 million had she been a striker. But she's 5-star, 5-star. You know, I can tell you guaranteed, had this stupid system of like you can't play a right wing and striker and all this nonsense didn't exist, I promise you she'll be worth so much money. She is possibly the best right mid inside the game. Honestly, what a card she is. One of the best cards inside the game that you can get for the right mid position, especially for how cheap she is. And then that is basically it. Then we're going to one final team. This would be the 2.5. So yes, in theory, this team will cost a bit more. That's for the back 5. But if you're looking for a good solid team, you're like, no, I want a good solid team. No weaknesses. Everyone can do everything. Foden, technical sprint. By the way, Foden's stats, don't sleep on him, by the way. Yes, he's got a 3-star weak foot, but 88 finishing, 89 shot power, 89 long shots, 88 short pass, good agility and balance. Could probably even play that centre mid role, you know, on the defensive side, if you want an attacking centre mid. I'm not saying you should, but he could if you really, really wanted to. But I think he's a wing. He's perfect. As a cam, he's perfect as well. Son and striker, Hansen right wing. And of course, we've got the 3 midfield, Bonmati, Alexia, and Patrick Hijaro. One of the best combos you can get. Role 4 we put in for chemistry. To be honest, you can technically get rid of her. But I put her in because with a shadow, she's actually not too bad. Maybe her sprint speed will come to show later on. But I think now she's got the attacker wingback plus and the jockey playstyle and the technical regular playstyle. As a false back, she's actually very, very good. So you're looking for a 4-1-2-1-2 setup. You can change to a 4-1-2-1-2 here as well. You can just put Patri and get rid of either Alexia or Bonmati. And then for an extra striker, you can go with anyone else you want and keep Foden and Cam. And then we've got Van der Ven, Kunde, Edison for the long balls over the top. And right back, we have Walker. There isn't really that much choice for right back. Like Maicon's the best right back in the game, but we probably can't get him in. But I think that is probably one of the better options if you're talking about right backs. I mean, look, defensively. So, look, to be honest, you could go with the Trent, but I just think he lacks the pace. Unless you're using him for a specific use case, he's probably not worth it. And that's what I'd probably say. Unless you got Diego Dalot, like, you know, you got him, Diego Dalot, like, you evolved him, or Kadioglu. But that's the team that I would go with. But I hope I gave you some different unique teams, all meta players. I'm not going to give you any garbage. The only one that you can maybe say is a bit skeptical is maybe the Bernardo Silva. But trust me, with a technical playstyle, you would know if you use technical playstyle. That's the only reason why. And maybe that Bjorn card. But just to get a chemistry to Sam Kerr without getting you could go Lawrence at right back as well. Or Rayton if you go into a 4-2-2 as well. But hope this kind of helped. Or you could even go in Kunku actually if you look for the 5-star skill moves. But I don't really like him. Too slow, not enough shooting. But let me know if you want to see any other squad builders like this. Let me know down below what budgets you want to see. I've got some other budgets on my channel from 100k, 200k, 50k, 300k. So many ones. So make sure you check out that video as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Let me know your budgets down below. Don't forget to see more content like this. Subscribe to my content. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.